Beautiful. So, as I was saying, I was listening to beautiful music and shared a little bit. So let me read your response. I really value your beautiful flexibility. The time that we are navigating is so profound. And it's back to back, but always great and super great and marvelous. The reason why I can navigate intensively towards whatever comes my way, I solve it. I do not attract any negative situation. I have nothing in my field that magnetize in my reality, physical, emotional, existential, business wise, anything negative that is away from me. What comes to me is a little bit different for those who are new. What comes to me constantly, now more than ever, is more related to all engineers of inversion, of duality construct, whether they are in financial system, in any system that you know as Earth. When they perceive my field, they perceive coherence. And it's the only safe place they are okay to go when they depart from where they were before, as they know it is very delicate and complicated to even depart from their position and function due to vow, clauses, perpetuity, loyalty, and so forth. And because they have a vow of silence, vow of self-erasure, that is part of the totality of the list, long contracts that ties them with continuity and loop, they cannot even express, they cannot even ask for assistance. Nothing. It's that severe. So the only way they have to communicate is through their assignment and role, whatever it is. So there is a little friction taking place, but I'm wired to read in between the line and to not look at the evidence, but to understand the why, the how, the what is needed. It's part of reading. It's like a language. I speak this language fluently. Then I can take action and then they break free. So, yes, it's a lot, but it is so symbolically satisfying. And because the more I complete every steps, the faster we enter into whatever is elevated and elevating positive, whether it is divine economy, divine industry, an epocha of pure light, and everything that you have been desiring, dreaming, expecting, and some from longer than others. Some have more years on this earth. They've been waiting since longer. They heard about the wealth transfer. They heard it long ago. Some in their 70s. I mean, in the 70s, Earth plane, not in their 70s. In the 70s, even earlier than that. And the reason why it has always been aborted, postponed, delayed, or whatever you name it, it's because the inverted system tried to buy time, to extend, to delay, and many opportunity got delayed. There are famous names of events that took place that looked something but was something else. But anyway, what matter is this time, no delay, no postponing. So the faster, the better. Luckily, I have a lot of stamina. I can rest like 5 minutes and I'm set, regenerated. I can continue. Now, yes, it's not ideal. Even the crew try to push me to rest, but essentially, I will only rest when I will have fun, the real fun. And the real fun is when the wealth transfer gets started, where I can build all that I am wired to build. Then at that time, oh yeah, I'm going to have fun. The now time we are in, I find it so not interesting. Not interesting. Everywhere I look, I see poverty, lack, suffering, pain, decay, decline, aging. No, 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 no. That's false. I don't want that. So I know where I go, I can go. I'm in very good health. So I do. But it's impressive. It's intense. All right, now let me read you my love. Giovanni, I love it. All right. This is a good, so good. So you could. All right. There is another platform that I really like, but I find it complicated for the guest to come into that platform where there was music. You could download an MP3 and have, like the waiting room, like music and beautiful things. Zoom is very restricted in comparison to the other one. But anyway, with all the technology that I will be installing in the coming few months, you will discover changes and beautiful evolution. Everything, even a website, a landing page, a funnel, and an app, a chatbot with the crew. And the most important is the system, the software operational system that is going to be the divine. I don't want to say artificial intelligence because it's not artificial. So I would say divine organic intelligence. So this is the biggest, and the training that I am in for 4 months to master all these tools and engineering. I have contacted one of the mentor to check when is that course and training about software creation, because imagine that you will have an app, a chatbot, where you can communicate with the crew who are not chatbot, but they will be there, an excuse. They'll pretend to be a chatbot, but they are not. Huh? Isn't it beautiful? An app where you will have the command sequence. I will create music and songs that is so fucking stylish, where you will have command sequence, not those boring narrative. Like you're gonna swing, baby. You're gonna dance. You're gonna move and shake your body while you do the command sequence, darling. Excuse me. We go stylish here, so you will love it. Plus, so much more. It will take time. How much time? I don't know. Because now it's like back to school, like studying. Good student. Oh dear, if I tell you. My love. So you could hear. Beautiful. Oh, my love. Love that music. So yes, I will try to find a way to have it more clearly on Zoom. Maybe there is, I have maybe not discovered that yet. But anyway, we will have luxury platform very soon. Community. It's gonna be beautiful. So I just need the time to put that into motion. So I'm just giving you the idea. Who likes the idea to have like real music, like Indian, a little bit Hindi, a little bit Airbnb, and all the beautiful tempo while you do your command, with the lyrics and so forth. Maybe my voice, or maybe not my voice. But that would be nice. You love it? Oh, that is so cool. It's important. And plus, of course, the most important, but that will take more time. Maybe not. I will not do prediction because everything is possible. The platform, the most advanced ever existed in the galaxies. I had already created that in the past. A platform where you log, you purchase the clearing of your choice on whatever you name it, timeline crash, clearing all life, emotion, mental clearing, generational clearing, whatever will be available. And then you have all the command sequence listed. You command your light spirit. You just do the narrative one time. Why you do? Because you are the captain. And then all the stations of the lightship crew, all the lightships, multiple lightships, intrinsic lightship is one of them, amongst many others, will fulfill your command and clear on the theme of that category. And it will clear for multiple hours, non-stop, and crash all timeline of parallel lifetime. And I will not be around, which means you wake up at 3 a.m., you suddenly need something, you log, you choose. Whatever, imagine you have an anxiety or a nightmare. Let's put it that way. And you are like at home, it's oppressive, it's heavy for you. Imagine. So, what you need to do is to log. You choose clearing anxiety or clearing fear or whatever is the subject, right? Hypermental activity, you name it, or worry or grief. Let's say you have unfortunately grief. You clear the grief. It's profound. Isn't it beautiful? Because this clearing platform will be connected to the lightship directly. Nothing to do with Earth. Nothing to do with Earth. Yes, the platform has a web page that is visible, that is part of the web, but it's not connected to the web. It's just a bridge. Then it is connected to light surgeons, light doctors, encoders, programmer, deprogrammer, all from light, the highest of frequency, who know your light spirit so well and love you so much. This kind of platform existed in the galaxy. But now, because the advancement of epoch inversion was so sophisticated, the data is no longer enough. It has to be more sophisticated, more advanced. So designing this one clearing at a time, one clearing, then a second one. In two words, when you see your PDF, for example, that's one clearing on one category, whatever is. It will be on the platform, but the difference is you command your light spirit, then you click play. You put your name or your first two letters of the name. You don't even need, because your frequency is recognized. It's profound. That's the future of clearing. So anyway, I'm sharing a little bit. I trust it makes you happy to hear that. Isn't it beautiful? All right, so let's go into the subject of the day. So much is happening every day that whatever I shared last week is like 1 year ago because of the acceleration. Now, let me just open the email of the event so that I have just few guidelines. So ending autoimmune inversion, role of self-fragments causing financial plateau and overall restrictions. So, what does that mean? Very simple. It means, as I have already shared with you many times, and I will never share enough, because I have always said, you are now subscribed, but you're not alone in this subscription. You have so many fragments of your own light spirit, because once upon a time you were intact. You had the totality of your light spirit consciousness, essences, virtues, like a real beautiful consciousness of pure light. And within, you had so much. You were self sufficient, sustainable. You had all your light codes. Light codes are rejuvenation capacity, self regeneration capacity, favor, magnetism, creativity, idea, pioneering, IQ, all that makes the life so easy. And that is returning to you gradually through the work we do. So, when I always say, if your fragments that have been fragmented, unfortunately, since a long time, are not in your body and they are not stationed in source, where are they? You've heard me saying that a lot. So, some are positioned, they have been fragmented, inverted, repurposed with forced role, forced this, forced that, some in oppressed reality on earth or elsewhere, and some in oppressor. Both is wrong. And what happened is entanglement, which means you feel stuff that is not you as the name that you carry in this lifetime, but because of entanglement, because they are part of you, you feel what they feel or experience, which means you now work for you. Always, you are here for self, selfishly here for yourself. Absolutely legit. You're not here to save anyone. You're not a saint. You're not carrier the load. No, no, no. You come to have the most advanced life, physical, emotional, existential, business wise, or retirement wise, golden retirement, and in every aspect, financial wise, absolutely. But because you have fragments that are elsewhere, that are not as advanced as you, they are not. That's the thing. You are like the locomotive. You are the one leading others to coming out of inversion and duality era. In two words, they need you, and you are the front runner. This is why I always say front runner, because it's true. And you are assisting them to come out of whatever inverted rule or oppressed rule. So this is two categories. There is a third category that goes with this title, which means there are fragments of you that are inside your energy field. But the problem is they are flipped into pole opposite or flipped into a role that is not supposed to be. You understand what I mean? That's quite exceptional. So fragments that have been or have always been with you or have been positioned in your field with a role that restricts you. It's quite insane, the concept. But you've been working with me. Honestly, you're trained. It's like you're immune. Yeah, another very sophisticated madness. It's true. But luckily we find this madness. luckily, as it's very sophisticated, very. That's why I repeat, those who work by themselves, please never retrieve fragments of you inside of you. Please don't even consider the idea. All you will do, it's imagine bringing in your house a vagabond, a being that is completely distorted and that will create a lot of mess in the house because that being needs clearing, needs restoration, needs recovery of divine identity. It's a process. That being is completely not divine, intact. It's completely upside down. So by retrieving directly in your body, what happens is it brings the luggages. Now it has roles, vows, promises, oaths, consent, ancient consent, obligations. I would even say essentially, when you bring in and that being, that presence is not clear from obligation, there'll be a moment it flips and it goes against you because of loyalty. It's very complex. That's why these teachings of, what's the name of this teaching I have seen, like soul fragmentation retrieval? You know? No. It creates harm. They need to be cleared, you know? They need rehabilitation. It's complex. So anyway. So imagine that fragments of you are inside of you, but instead of fueling you, amplifying you, it restricts you, contains you, blocks you, stops you. I know it is shocking, but like I said, let's celebrate that we find this madness. It's so well hidden. You need to be super large to even conceive the madness. So we are finding, let's celebrate that, to resolve that, and to assist that fragment to be free. And the good news about this part, you don't need to retrieve, it's already there. And retrieving is a no, never do that. Because you have a bomb that will explode one of these days. I have seen people doing that. Yeah, come back to pa. Few days, few weeks, few months later, suddenly drama. What happened? Well, you invited a bomb with a timer. Makes sense, no? So there is another way to do that. And we cannot speak about that really here because it's not something that you can do at the moment. At the moment. But you are super capable to do so much, so much. So we need to free them. And the good news is they are inside already. So all we need to do is to free them from that nonsense. Nonsense. Okay? Now, before I continue, I would like to know how everyone is feeling. I know there is a lot of density. There is so many arrival and departure of engineers, of fragment. It's beyond profound, beyond profound. It's a lot. So that portal of opportunity cannot close, let's say from 9 to 5, because it's already a miracle that they can depart from duality and inversion, that you cannot say, well, no, come back later, like tomorrow at 5 p.m. Say, yeah, hello, I'm just, I'm a refugee, you know, I'm running away. I'm a rescapé. I cannot go back like that. So it's quite nonstop. It's quite nonstop, very heavy. All right. Parenthesis, who feels a lot, or not necessarily a lot, but regularly mind fog? Oh, because I would like to point something here. Who feels mind fog regularly? You. Okay, please, more. I do. Please continue. Just please be honest, because we are not here to show off. We have superpower. You're all super powerful. It has nothing to do with vulnerability or no. You're all super powerful. And what you're going to become is like, whoa, put your sunglasses on, baby. So please understand. You'll be surprised that I say that, but I need to say it. A light being is very often permanently under vigilance. A light being is very empathic, has a sensory body that is super alert. It's like, the nose of a cat or a dog that smells beyond the norm, but in the sensory body form. You're always alert, you're emotionally very sensitive, and you're constantly trying to fit into a world where most are clones, unfortunately, which means you're not comfortable. Why? Because it doesn't feel good. The way people think, the way people talk, the way people behave. And now that you have this space of truth where you are recognized as a very special being, because you are. And I'm not this kind of false, like, you're special, you're the chosen one. It's not in my language. You are fucking special. To be doing this work with me, my goodness, you're mad like me. Divine mad. You're amazing. To be here to do this work, my goodness, you could use this money and do something else. It's profound. You're very special. And you're part of the first wave. I'm new on the market. I'm not renowned. Why? Because I have to be doing this work without everybody knows me. It's too much. This work is too much. What I reveal is too much, because it's true. So you are extremely advanced. Now, to fit into this society, you always need to hide who you truly are, to adapt to the norm. So that fact alone, hear me, I'm going somewhere I'm going exactly to mind fog. I'm not deviating. So this attitude of everything I just said, do you recall and you confirm to me that what I said represents you 100% or 90%? Please. Felt very alone around. Okay, please continue. I need to know 100%. Okay. Do you know how much energy it takes to behave like that? Adapt, belittle yourself, you know, put the mask, that fucking mask where you behave like, yeah, smile and behave, adjust, blend with the norm. All this hypervigilance, and also the persecution is there. So every time there is like, you're hyper vigilant. So anyway, all this plus more. How do the body behave when it is like that? Number one, shrink. Shrink. You shrink. It's very energetic, typical for a light being. Number two, you don't breathe properly. You breathe the minimum. Do you know what happened when you're scared? What is the first thing? You stop breathing. You try to not make noise. Yes or no? You shrink. You see where I start to go now? What does that mean? That means that I can bet that all of you have the brain in semi asphyxia. You don't have enough oxygen in the brain. Interesting, right? You were not expecting that. You thought I was going to say, oh, mind control, mind matrix, like whatever. No. Basics, down to earth. Let's calm down, baby. I surprised you right now. I know. Breathing. You don't breathe correctly, which means You have no enough oxygen, no enough air, no enough flow, blood that goes there. And this is one big root cause. So I'm going to give you two techniques if you're happy to practice that, to come out of asphyxia. It's called asphyxia, no? Not 100% asphyxia. That's why I say semi, being kind. So not everything is energy, my love. But this permanent behavior that you have with all that I explained, darling, you don't breathe correctly. You're always in the minimum. All right, so you want to know now? All right, so number one, I will not do that breathing technique. I'm not into yoga and so forth at all. All right, at all. Anything that is deity behind, flag, false light, unfortunately. So what I want to tell you is all you need to do, ideally outdoor, because you'll have a better quality air, terrace, patio, outdoor, entry, window. If you don't have, home, okay? But I'm just saying, ideally in a fresher air than the inside. What you do is you breathe deeply with your lungs and nose, and you retain when you arrive at the maximum. And you retain from the nose. You can write it down to not mistake. So from the nose, you breathe and you hold it. What happened is there is a chemistry. The brain will start releasing carbon dioxide, and the oxygen will be held. And then you release slowly with the mouth. So first from the nose, strong, like a real, strong air holding. You hold, you wait, and then you release slowly. Do this multiple times. When the oxygen comes up, suddenly something happened. So there is three things that I would like you to combine when you have mind fog. You cannot focus, you cannot think. All right? Don't immediately think dark forces, invasion, or entity. Sometimes it's very simple things. So let's go there so that you have that toolkit, and you can use it whenever. But please remember it, write it down, put it a sticker on the fridge or something, but try to write it down somewhere that you can see, not in a book. The book, if you don't open it, you don't see. But if you have it somewhere, yeah, true, let's do that. Because this is regular in your life. Because when this happens, you're useless. Yes or no? You cannot function. So you need to start with pure organic. So you do the breathing thing. You do it multiple times. This is one. Number two, you need to have blood in your head. So what you can do is two things. Or on your bed, you put a pillow, you put your head on the pillow, and you lift your legs up on the wall. Like this, you have the whole blood coming down from legs, hips, then in the brain. Many beings have hair loss just because they don't have enough blood in their follicles. Because if there is a poor circulation, how can the blood come back up like that? Same for the eyes. Makes sense, no? So assist a little bit. So this is the ideal. You put a pillow on the bed. Next to the wall, you put your head on the pillow. You lift your legs and you pause your legs, your feet on the wall, and you stand. And you keep your hands on the left side and the right side to keep balance. If you can do that, you will discover so many benefits. Even your face beauty will be enhanced. Why? Blood. If nutrients are carried by the blood and the blood flows in every nadis, every small veins, what is called distribution, redistribution of what? Nutrients and good things. Because there are zones sometimes it doesn't flow. That zone is like desert, dry. Makes sense, no? We are talking about pure coherence, simple things. I'm not understanding what sticky note stands for. So please write it down. Ah, yes, sticky note. Okay, that's the name of it. Okay. I didn't know. Okay, now I understood. That you stick. Okay, got it. Oh dear. All good. Now I understood. I learned a word. So it's simple. So if this stand on the head with the pillow, with the equilibrium of the wall, if this is too difficult for you, don't worry. There is another way. The other way is at the extremity of your bed, any extremity, you lay down on the bed and you go at the extremity where behind your heart, you put your arms behind and you curve with your hands coming and your hands and head coming down on the floor. Please confirm that you understand the accompaniment of steps with my magnificent English. Please confirm that you understood. Otherwise, I will have to find a picture. You understood. So you start with behind the heart, you are at the precipice of the bed, you extend the arm, you look down, and you curve and you touch the hands with the floor, depending on how high is your bed. And then you push a little bit and you go lower in the back, and you really have a curve. When you do that, it opens the arms, it opens the armpit, it opens the upper body, the neck, and the blood enters in your hair, in your eyes, in your brain, on your skin. If you do that, whatever, first or second, every day, you're going to say, dear, my beauty is coming back. Something so simple. The blood, when it comes back into one place, life comes back. Makes sense, no? It's simple things. But this has to be part of your hygiene, spiritual, physical, energetical hygiene and energy management, blood flow. It's simple. Bend backwards. I value that. That's the word. But you understood me. Who gave that picture? Great. Oh, that's the picture I gave you long ago. When I couldn't explain, I said, wait, go girl. Yes. Okay. Can you please, everyone, save that picture? Okay. You understood exactly. And the goal is when you become flexible, when you easily touch you with your hands, what you can do is you add one more pillow, like a sausage. You understand me? Like a sausage to have more curve and to be more. So at the beginning, this will be your maximum. But then when you become a pro, you add more curve in your back to to bend backwards even more. Million, shake your hands. That, if you do that, my love, you will never have frozen shoulder. Someone knows very well. The first time I did a session with her, frozen shoulder. You will not have frozen shoulder because you open up with that. You open up. So this is very simple. Actually, when I rise in the early hours, that's the first thing I do. I flip to the pole opposite bed, and my bed, my darling, it's a space bed. It's so high. I have two linen mattresses, then two hemp mattress, then two big pillow, then two mattresses. Darling, my bed is a marshmallow. You know, marshmallow cloud. Even Kitty, when she wants to climb, good luck. She has to be super motivated, like, okay, I'm coming. Jump. So that's how I like my marshmallow bed. I need that. I'm very slim, but I love that cloud. So it's very high, super high, like double the normal bed. You climb. I don't go in bed. I climb to go there. it's very beautiful actually. But when you're there, paradise, you know paradise? Exactly. This is where I live, on a floating paradise. So it's very high. All this to say, to laugh a little bit, but also to say it's very high, which means to go down, you need to be, you flex a lot more, okay? But this, when you do that, especially the now era we are in, is a bitchy era. Why? Phone, laptop, you're always looking down. Yes or no? You look down all the time on the phone. You do a task, you look down. You sweep, swap, you look down. You do the dishes, you look down. It's the it's the worst for the posture. So the posture is always curved in the wrong way. Make sense? So when you do that, you break that bending and watching the phone. It's very negative for the neck, for the upper body, and you have all kind of frozen thing. So that's exercise number 2. I did an experiment, so now I'm giving you number 3. Number 3, and it's all about mind fog, but beyond. As you see, it's beyond mind fog. It's high benefits. It takes a few minutes to do that, you know? You just woke up in the bed. You go to the pole opposite, up, you stretch. When you walk, you don't have tension in the upper back, lower back. Why? Because you opened. You decompressed the neck, vertebrae, all is compressed. Okay? So when you do that. So number 3, Marta, welcome, my love. I'm giving some classes. Back to school, my darling. Elementary. Simple things that really work for mind fog. It's radical. So you will hear in the replay. I highly recommend you. Please hear the replay because you, as you give great training to the people who go for hiking, you have gold information to make them feel fantastic. You know, you become a super teacher, super mentor. And say, wow, she knows so much. They're going to say about you, Marta, and you, Kim, and all the practitioners here. But it's for self mainly, okay? So number 3, any habitation, home or office has always one characteristic. Since the Tartarian, they have removed the Osmanian ancient geometry and architecture that was more dome-like or cathedral-like, like a church where you have no ceiling that is like a square. But then everything became square. It became square for a purpose. It is to contain the energy. A light spirit is very large. It's more than just the physicality that you see. That's only the physicality. But the energy field and the light spirit is very vast. Consequently, when you have something that is expansive, radiating like a sun radiates, when you put it in a square shape, it contain, restrict, oppress, which means very often you must have noticed that when you are too long at home, you become foggy. And when you go out, suddenly you're better because you don't have a ceiling. And if you have a ceiling, the sky is not square. It's the square that is horrible. If the house of anyone was a dome or a cathedral shape with a pointing, the energy can circulate. So what is the solution for that? Number one, try to not stay too long in the house. If you have a terrace, if you have a balcony, what you can do is step out, and you need to retrain the brain. How to retrain the brain? Very simple. You look in the horizon. You know, you have the view, and your goal is to look as far as possible. You find in the horizon of your view which, whether it is a mountain, a seaside, a house, a hill, something that is the most far away. You're going to look at that point that is the most far away. Then you find another one. When you do that, I have done it with a client the other day. She gave the exact word of what happened to her. She literally said, it resets the brain. Yes, it resets the brain. Very interesting. And fog also through this goes away. So not everything is dark forces, interferences. Okay, calm down. Huh? Hello, some stuff is organic. And the fourth root cause, I will never emphasize more. Please adopt the nutrition, because certain food you eat, pay attention to that. If you were feeling normal, you eat something and suddenly you are foggy, ask yourself, what did I just eat? Because most probably that food has a certain compound that your gut says, no, no, no. Consequently, pay attention to that. And if you want to be sure that you eat right, grab the PDF. Anything that is not inside, beside the nuts that I need to give the list, anything in the veggies, in the grains, in the carbohydrate, in the sweetener, in the fruits, in the whatever you name it, if it's not on the list, it's hybridized, crossbred, cross-pollinated food. It's toxic for you, and every time you eat it, you age, you decline, you bring acidity, inflammation, and mucus. Cannot be more clear than that. Plus, the body, to digest that food, needs to pull mineral out of your bones, organs, tissue to digest it, which means pure loss. Please be aware of that, and we do. Adopt, my darlings. So tell me how you like those tips. I trust that you will practice, my love. And I would love to know, whenever you have one of these days a mind fog and you practice one or all these tools, I'd love to have a message from you and to say, like Martha said, this shit works. I love it. That was a great compliment, but this shit works. Yeah, it works. This command shit works. Isn't it cute? Marta. That's Marta. But yes, you just said this shit works. So please practice, my love, okay? But start with the breathing. Fucking yes, exactly. This shit works. I loved it when I read it. Yeah, this shit works. I'm gonna use a program. I have a bundle of shit that works for you. Let's go. Sign up. Click on the link below. Get your bundle. Darling. Oh my goodness. So please, but the breathing, remember, semi-asphyxie. All right, my love. Let me look at the time. So I suggest we get started with deep clearing. Let's go greedy because we need to work on money, 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 and money, and money. And when we have finished with money, we do money. Let's go greedy, okay? And I would love to propose you, if you'd like, we can organize a 1 hour or 1 hour and a half event next month during your subscription where I accompany you on more stuff related to optimum health, nutrition of antiquity, digestion, herbalism, rejuvenation, longevity, weight loss, muscle gain, stamina, and all this stuff that, trust me, is as necessary as money. Because when you have that optimized, you will be surprised how money comes faster into your life. You might say, but how is it even possible? What's the correlation? You've heard about materiality, matter. The body is matter, is materiality, is matter, is physicality matter. When this is optimized, you walk different, you feel different. Suddenly your self-confidence rise. But beside that, when the body is optimum, the field vibrates differently. And the money comes even faster. I'm just telling you. So I would like to propose you that. I will have the response from all the beautiful light beings in the replay. It's important, my love. Okay, so I will organize. For the next event, I will organize and we do have money, divine physicality, money matrix, and physicality. And we go into this field because I know what will happen. I know. My beautiful darling. Okay, let me drink some water. I recommend you to drink some water, and we are going to do like last time. We just log out and come back, and this is a 1 hour demo. And then we log back in the same link, and we start the paid event. But as you see, the discovery event is very important on a lot of gold stuff. So, are we good? We can leave this interface and come back immediately. All right? And we go greedy. Oh, yeah. I close the recording.